Hey, what's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to give you my thoughts on when it's appropriate to fight and when not to fight. Okay? So this video is very difficult for me to make. And the reason that is because I have been very different as far as my thought process at different points in my life. So had I addressed this topic 10 years ago, my answer would have been completely different. 15 years ago, again, completely different. But the point is, to all of you, we all mature as we age. We all end up learning through our experiences in life. So I'm making the video now to let you guys know, having gone through all that I have, this is the right answer as to when to fight and when not to. Right? The answer I would have given you 10 years ago would have been the incorrect answer. So the main issue with this is ego. Ego and pride, two of man's worst enemies, are completely in play in this topic. Someone insults you, someone offends you, someone embarrasses you, somebody talks shit about one of your loved ones, says something bad about your mother, just makes you look stupid in some way. The first instinct is to fight. Even if you're not a fighter, even if you're not built like that, even if you won't do anything, inside your mind, you're wishing you could hurt this person and commit violence to make yourself feel better, to equal it out. Those are not the right times to fight. Okay? The reason I say that, the person I used to be would live my entire life about respect. If you disrespected me in any fucking way, I would hurt you. I would hurt you very bad. And if you continue to disrespect me, it would become worse than just hurt. That was the wrong type thinking. And I'm going to tell you why now. I'm going to explain to you how maturing has changed my point of view on this. And I've told this to a lot of people, even while I was still in prison. I've taught a lot of people this. If words alone can make you react and do something that was not within the plan you had for yourself, and also could ruin things and cause pain and harm, not only to you, but to a lot of people around you. If words alone can make that happen, then you're a fucking punk. Then you're weak. You're a puppet. And anybody can destroy you. If I know that you'll react to words alone, to insults, then I control you like the puppet master. I'm on top and you're on the bottom. Because you have no fucking say in what happens here. I can decide the outcome of your life. And it was for that realization that I had that I changed the way I reacted to words. Right? It's important that you guys think about this because we live in a time now where people talk very loosely. I have very infrequently been disrespected in life. Nobody disrespected me. But people talk shit all over the place now. Their words are real loose and there's no ramifications for them, so they just keep on fucking talking and insulting people, saying very disrespectful things to people. And it's not right. But don't allow words alone to throw you off track. Because in the end, if you do react like my old self would have, I was lucky. The shit they caught me for was a fraction of the things that actually happened. I was very lucky. But if you react the way I would have reacted then, chances are you're going to end up fucking yourself. You're going to fucking ruin yourself and hurt the people around you who love you because you're going to be in prison and you're going to lose everything. Everything you've ever worked for up until that point, whether it be academically, whether it be in the job place, career-wise, owning a business, all of it goes out the window. Saving money, everything. Relationships, all go out the window the minute you go to jail. And when you realize that this was all over someone saying some words to me, trying to provoke me, said something bad about my family. When you realize that, it's crazy. The real strong one is the one that stays on track no matter what. That's real fucking power. The opposite of what I was. I was dangerous back then, but more dangerous to myself than to other people because I was reacting over anything. You fucking look at me wrong and I'll react. That's weakness, because anybody could have ruined me at any time. It was never my plan to go out and hurt these people, but if their words alone could make me do that, then they are in fucking control of me. I taught that to a lot of people in jails and prisons when we were ready to go to war with people. So the wrong time to fight is when it's over words. Now, there is a point that people can cross where you do need to fight. All right? And that point is personal space, right? When someone gets in your personal space and they get too close to you and near you, and you tell them to back up, tell them you're too close, step away from me, and they don't do that, it's still not the right time to fight, in my opinion, all right? Some people will disagree and say that that alone should be enough to fight. But the reason I don't do that is because of the legal aspect of it. Legally, if somebody's in your personal space, real close to you, up in your face, and you tell them to get the fuck away from you, and they don't, and you hit them, legally, you're still charged. You're still being hit with assault, and you're fucked. So the right time is, for example, if somebody was in my face, saying some shit like that, bothering me, insulting me, all I would say was, just go ahead and hit me. Just fucking hit me. I fucking beg you. Just fucking hit me right now. And let them make the first move. And once they hit you, then you fucking destroy them. Then you fucking hurt that motherfucker. But don't take it too far like I have in the past also, where you're hurting them beyond what regular people would deem reasonable. Don't do that either. But you could then defend yourself and you could fight. That's the right time to fight. That's one example of the right time to fight. When somebody puts their hands on you. Always. And in schools these days, they teach kids the opposite. That they have a zero tolerance policy for bullying. For putting hands on. Even if someone's being bullied. I teach my kids the opposite of that. I explain to them the difference between what the people around us think, the society, what they teach you, all that bullshit, and the right answer. And the right answer is, if someone ever bullies you and puts their hands on you, you fucking hurt them. You don't cry, you don't run away to the teacher, you defend yourself. That's one example of when to fight. Another example of when to fight is to help another person or to save a life. A lot of the fights that I've been in have been because of bullying, which I fucking hate, and no one else willing to defend somebody. I'm the one who had to step in, even when I don't even know these people. Most of the time, I don't even know the fucking person being bullied. But I just can't stand to see a punk motherfucker who's way bigger than someone else picking on and embarrassing and humiliating another person. That hurts me to see that. So even though they're bigger than me also, I don't care. I'll fight. Whether I lose or win, doesn't matter. But I will fucking fight. I'm not afraid. That person's afraid. That's a rule I have in life for myself that I've always kept to. I never fight somebody who does not want to fight or is afraid to fight me. It's not a fair fight. There's no honor in that. I only fight people who want to fight me. So that's an example of when you can step in. Even though legally you still might see some consequences, it doesn't matter. For me, in my opinion, there are certain instances where you could break the law. It's right to. This is one of them. I don't give a fuck about the law anyway, for the most part, but if someone's being bullied and harassed badly enough, I will step in and I will try to keep it with words alone. But if it doesn't end there and it has to be, I will fight over that. All day, I'll fight over that. or if I have to save a life of another person, I'll fight. I have a story that I told you guys way back about my goddaughter and how I met her and how she became my goddaughter. And I'll just talk very briefly on it. It was a man, they were screaming from an apartment on top of one of my other businesses that I had at the time. And there was a whole crowd of people outside. And once I became aware of it, I ran upstairs and I heard the screaming by the door. I banged on the door and it stopped. Like somebody covered the person's mouth, a woman screaming. And I broke in there, and what I saw fucking disgusted me. It was a grown man drunk out of his mind trying to rape a child, 12 years old, 11 years old. And she came and ran into my arms, and I passed her to someone else to get her out of there and get her covered up. And that's a perfect example of a time to fight. That was a time to fight right there. And thank God that I had control enough of myself and that I had sense enough, because I was still just recently off parole, that it wasn't going to look good for me and I could end up in prison if I hurt him bad. That's a time to fight right there. So for the most part, guys, to wrap this video up, don't allow other people to control you. Okay? If you have an encounter like the one I said earlier, where someone's talking shit to you, disrespecting you, and you feel like you want to handle it and you want to fight, just do what I said. Just fucking touch me. Just put your hand on me and we'll fight. Let them put their hands on you and then you do what you have to do. At least that way, legally, even though you still may get in trouble, you still may have problems, you will be able to argue self-defense, and it's going to be a lot better than you being the aggressor. The law doesn't care about people cursing at you, disrespecting you, as far as you then hitting them. No, law does not acknowledge that. So keep that in mind, guys, all right? And it's also always the right time to fight when it comes to protecting your loved ones. Always. Someone ever hurts one of my family, my children, God forbid someone ever hurt my children, that goes into another level where when there's a time to kill and not kill, which is a whole other story. And that's much more controversial, where most of you guys would probably not agree with me. But there is a fucking time to kill also. So I hope you guys got something good out of this, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you.